We back, and today we got something real special. Listen, I looked at one of the comments on my mystery video, and Reggie Starks, they said that I wonder what happened to Andy St. John at the dairy farm if you left him alive. Now, you know, we all know Andy St. John, and this conspiracy, it goes more in toward the future of what AJ and Clem will face more than what Lee faced back then. But let's say Lee kept Andy and Danny alive. Now, we about to get dark. Listen, we all remember Andy and Danny, the innocent farmer boys who turned out to be cannibals. But they gone farther. Listen, they was hungry. They was hungry for more than just flesh though. They also wanted control. And the control and the loss of their mother really compelled them to do devious things. I'm talking about making an entire new group. But first, let's talk about how they could rise up through the ranks and become this group. Listen, unlike Lilly, who rose through the ranks of Delta because he got a strict military style leadership, the St. John brothers, they more likely to form a group through manipulation. Because when you first meet them, they seem like very friendly people. They just seem like good people. They seem easy to get along with, you know, that southern hospitality. And I feel like some people could take a liking to that, and they hear their philosophies on surviving. We already know they know how to lead people in for real. Listen, they lure the survivors in through trade, like they did with Lee and Carly. Just trading folks and living their life that way. People would be compelled because everybody's struggling. And you put a good thing in front of some random people struggling, they gonna take it up with a grain of salt. But imagine this strategy. You go into multiple settlements, you showing them this fine establishment that everybody seems to like, and instead of eating these people, you get them to believe what you believe in. And now you got a follower who's loyal to you, and I feel like that just fit the bill perfectly for Andy St. John and Danny. But in this world, you know, there's a bunch of powerful factions like Delta and the New Frontier. But we all know a group that this dark probably won't go unnoticed. So it won't be long for groups like Clementine's group with their and the Raiders. It'll inevitably cross paths with Andy's group. And when they do, it'll probably be an all-out war. And imagine Clementine found out Andy and Danny survived, and now they lead a new cannibalistic faction. I'm wondering how she would react. And could she convince her group to go up against them? And we know AJ gonna be in here, because AJ, he probably gonna lead most of the charge this time. But would they try to stay clear of such a dangerous threat in Andy St. John? Or would they try to hold territory outside the larger communities? But think about it, this could really be the big payoff for the New Frontier. Because not only did Clementine have a group, she also could have a group with Javier in the New Frontier. And they could team up to take out these factions. And in a way, a group this dangerous would really bring everybody together. We talking about Delta, we talking about Javier, we talking about Clementine group, just everybody. They probably would team up to try to break such a faction that's like this. And the rise of Andy St. John would be the biggest dilemma in the entire Walking Dead series. And I can see them want to recruit someone as young as AJ, thinking that he could still be molded into the demon they want him to be. Kinda how like Lilly was trying to recruit Clem for her to fight with them. Now it's Andy St. John trying to recruit AJ. The reason I can see this happening is because AJ don't know him, but the brothers are very charismatic, and who knows, they might just tell AJ half of the truth. When I say that, AJ could probably bring somebody there, a new stranger, and they didn't tell him what they were going to do with him, but they end up eating him. Listen, it could make for a compelling story. Andy and Danny's rise to power could really shift the entire power dynamic. This could go down as one of the most notorious factions, feeding off real survivors and eating anybody who really want to challenge their way of life. But let me know down in the comment, what do you think will happen in this scenario? Listen, we got the Andy St. John brothers. They becoming leaders of a whole cannibalistic group that could have been stopped if Lee took the precautions and got them up out of there early. Now, in a world this big, I could still see a cannibalistic group forming just because, hey, times is tough. So they gotta survive somehow. And some people, I'm pretty sure they got a sick, twisted mind like them. And I feel like that could have a poetic ending. Everybody, even if they enemies, they stop fighting over territory and they start fighting the bigger evil. And this one was fun to make. I was having fun with it. This conspiracy theory, it barely has any flaws, but it does have one elephant in the room, and that's with Lee. But we saw how Lilly rose to the rankings, and I think that Andy St. John, they could rise the same type of way. Listen, desperate people do crazy things, so it wouldn't be that hard to imagine people really forming a cannibalistic group because of all the benefits that they offer. Hey, we already got Duth over there trying to kidnap kids so they can fight in their army. Who's to say that Andy St. John wouldn't do the very same thing? But this relies on his charismatic, and it also relies on him not getting eaten if Lee did leave him alive in the first place. But with that being said, did I cook with this one, or did I burn the house down? What you think about this conspiracy theory? Do you think this could be an interesting story for AJ and them to have? I do want to say I could see this happening though. I could see somebody in Clementine's group getting injured, and there's nowhere to go. But Andy St. John comes and helps them, and AJ not having Clementine around, he can't do much, and he wants to save his friend, so he takes the bait. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you wanna, and we out.